Hi Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 252. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch, so I hope you like what you see. Subscribe, comment, do the YouTube things. And if you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back to see me this week. I look so forward to our updates and visits it's just a joy to my week. I look forward to this. So let's jump into this great week that I've had. I've had a great week of stitching. I've had a great week of like grandkids. It has just been awesome, and it feels good because everybody always talks about summer is so busy. It is so busy, but I am super excited about where I am at. And I kind of mentioned that before. Where I'm at in my stage in life is great. So I have a little surprise. Opie hasn't been here in a while, and he came to stop and visit. Actually, he doesn't get into this room anymore. Oops, sorry. He doesn't get in this room anymore because this is the cat's kind of hang out now. So I have a gate, and that's why the cat keeps hitting the camera too. The cat hangs out in here because the other dogs are having issues. But regardless, we brought Opie in for a visit today, and the cat is like purring around on the floor. But we're gonna get into my stitching. I just wanted to let you say hi because so many people love him. And then we'll get into, he's gonna sit down here while I show you my stitching. So let's get into this. As a reminder, I have a Happy Mail linked in my description box below. If you would like to fill out the form, please. You only have to do it once, but if you need to update it or whatnot, go ahead. You can fill it out a second time. I purge it, all the things, but I just use that to send out Happy Mail. I love to do that on this channel, and you appear to love it too, because I do usually will get a comment back when someone receives something. I'll usually get 1 or 2 comments about saying thank you for it. So I just love sharing that love. With that, we're going to get into one of the things I do on this channel, and that is a featured friend. So this featured friend is a really good friend of mine, and we see each other usually a couple times a month easily. So I am going to pop in Chrissy's picture right here. Chrissy has an Enchanted Realm stitch along that she did with the Caterpillar cross stitch. Such cute little guys. Little figments here are fairy tale items. And she has it framed and finished, and I love how it turned out. Chrissy has, she loves to do a lot of variety of stitching, and I love sharing her stuff on here. If you would like to have your stitching shared here, please send me an email at janetjabber@gmail.com and just tag the picture in it, or you can email me the picture or whatnot, and I love to share that on here. That is something that's very well received on here, is sharing community work, and I love that. So with that, let's get into my stitching for this week. You're gonna see me reach because I have the dog here and the cat next to me. The cat knocked down my display board. So reaching. Okay, I have one finish for this week and then lots of stitching to share with you. So this finish is the berry for the month of July, and it is called Tudor Rose Berry by Erica Michaels. It's a 3-part series. So this T at the top, so I know where the top of my fabric is. It's a symmetrical one, so as you can see, I definitely needed to do that because usually I can tell once I get a little stitching where the top is, but had to be done on this one. But super good, and love how it turned out. I have one more in this series, and then that will be done. And I say it all the time on here, I need to be making some berries. I will, sometime. My next piece that I have is my Mirabilia Queen of Peace. She is coming right along. I am so happy with her. Let's give you a whole look, and then we'll show you where I'm at on her. This is her whole look. You can clearly see I'm in the ruffle there. She is stitched on a piece of 32 count Bronze Age by Stitch Me. And I am working in this fold of the dress right here. So this is outlined, this is outlined. This I worked on. So basically it's green 580 is what I'm working on. So this still has to be filled out in that section. These little plugs, I feel like there's something else here and a couple of ribbons, and then Krynic and beads. So I'm not done, but I'm getting close, and that's all that matters. And I'm loving it. So I love how it turns out. I love how the stitching goes to make those folds. It's just very, very stylish, very, not stylish. It's very elegant looking. All right, my next piece that I'm stitching on is a Carolyn Manning Seasons of the Colors of the Season, backwards Janet, and I am on the summer one, so this is what it'll look like. I even have it in the right direction. Go, Janet. And basically I put a couple hundred stitches on this a day, usually. I think that's the goal, 100 or 200, I don't know. Not just during the work week, Monday through Friday. So plugging along, I know this is all the way across and this is to the bottom, but not to the corner bottom. So it's a very little piece, but very bright, summery colors. And it's a fun stitch. Those geometric shapes are just fun to stitch along and see it come to life. So, okay, so I forgot to show this last week. So it's going to look like I got a lot of progress on it, but it's really 2 weeks of progress. So I am doing Christmas in July. I just forgot to show it last week. So my Christmas in July is another Mirabilia. It's Miss Christmas Eve. This is what she will look like. And I feel like I'm close and far away all at the same time. It's mind-boggling to me how I'm like, she's little, but she's still... All right, so this is what she looks like. For Christmas in July, what I've been concentrating on are these bows that are coming around. And there are a lot of colors in those. So, of course, these 3 are done, and I'm plugging in on those. And we're more than halfway through July, so I have confidence that I will get these bows done. I know that I will. We'll just see beyond that what else I get done. What I'm trying to do is set myself up for July. Whew, girl, your voice today, you're talking faster than you're thinking. To set myself up for December, so Christmas time, to be stitching on that again. Because I like to stitch, like I get the concept of stitching before the season, but I like to stitch in the season too. So it's like a tug of war of what to do. My next piece that I stitched on and literally just stitched on this weekend, and I was like, why, Janet, why do you continue to wait till the end of the month to work on this? Love Letters for Mom is a piece that I am focusing on to get done for the year. And I've been doing great, but each piece has got like 2,400-ish stitches because of specialty stitches and all that stuff. And I always put it to the end and then stress and get... So it's not to the end, and I got some on it. So I'm happy about it. So Love Letters from Mom by Jeanette Douglas. Yeah, I was like, did I say that right? Yeah. So this is what it will look like. I am stitching it on one solid piece. And it's still in the Nerge hoop. I'm having an avalanche over there. So this is what I got done this weekend. I am so excited about the progress on this. I got the border. Well, you can see what I got done. It was nothing, and I got this done. So I still have 2 little girls that stand here, and then a flower here, and then specialty stitches. The border is a specialty stitch, but there are more specialty stitches inside of it. So fingers crossed, I come at you next week, and this is done. That would be fabulous. I'm going to kind of show it to you in the haul, but you can't see it because it's in the hoop also. Yeah, it's not a good representation since it's in the Nerge hoop, but I'm loving it. I love it so much. So much. Okay, my next piece that I am so excited for is a success. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like here, and it is Elf Tree by Soda Stitch. And I used this for Tour de France, so I got the 3,500 stitches in. I'm so proud of myself for sticking with it, and it kind of like forced me to get massive stitches on this, and I'm so excited about that as I am fumbling with it. This is a Rulanda piece of fabric, 32 count, iridescent, no name. So this is what it looks like in haul, and basically I feel like I had just the outline here, so all I did was white stitching and no, some blue. There was that dark blue tip. So the dark blue from here up-ish. I know I had it outlined, but super happy with it. You can see there's little tiny not holes, but see those little spots that are open? They actually have these color of bricks in them, but that is where I'm at on that. And that was my Tour de France and a complete. So very happy about that. The Opie doesn't know where to go because the kitty cat's here too. Now the Opie's jumping down, you're gonna hit tip tap. My next piece is my 3 pieces that I focus on. So it is Mini Monday. Mini Monday is Little House Needleworks, Petite Sunshine. And this is where I'm at. I finished the border and finished out all the green, and we'll see where I get to this week. Little bits. My next piece is a little bit more stitching on year 4 for Frogboards for What Wednesday. What Wednesday? That is a beast, and it's going to take a long time to get done. And I'm okay with that because I'm okay. It's like, I feel like somebody told me it's like 1,100 stitches. I really don't know, but I definitely, like, you can see more of it. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, you can see the definition of the eye and the head. There's fire coming out here, but I feel like there's a solid one more color in this for sure. Because I know, see the dark on here? I know that's what I started working here. So it's got to work this way. And we'll see. I feel like there's a white-ish in there too. But let me look. Yeah, in the tail. Like the spikes of the tail and the teeth. So there's definitely 2 more colors in this for sure. And then the fire coming out of the dragon's mouth. So that is cool. And then for the Grands Friday is my Tiny Modernist Forest Friend Stitch. And this is where it is at. Oh, yes, it pops so good on this fabric. I'm so happy about this fabric. So basically, I worked on the fox. I think that's all I got done. The fox and the white stitch. So the orange and the white stitching. So white stitching here and the white stitching in that section. Looks glorious. I would love for this to be done next week, but we will see. I really, at this time of the year, no pressure on myself, just stitch and see what happens. So there's that. That is my stitching for this week. I am so happy that it was like a very good stitching. I feel like my needle was on fire. I'm just happy with the progress that I made. But what beyond that is I do have a piece of mail that came in from Melanie. Melanie sent me this cute little, I am dying over this picture of this frog. Super cute. Oh, my big boy came to say hi. Vic StitchNButton sent me a message and said that he has a resting face that's not so cute, but he looks like that all the time. He always looks mad, don't you? Oh, okay. So Melanie, excuse me, sent me, I think I'm saying your name right, sent me these 3 patterns, and I've never seen these before. So it's by the Bay Needle Art, and it's a 3-part. That one, and that one, and you build them. Like, I know I'm not gonna be able to do this justice. We're gonna try though. Like, it's a continuous flow. You can stitch it different, or you can flow it. So, and I'm doing it backwards in your picture. Thank goodness I showed it to you like that, and I was like, nope, that don't look right. Doing it again. Promise, I'm getting it. I know you're getting to look at the top of my head. All right. See how that, hopefully you can get a gist of it. Super cute. I look forward to doing that one. That's fun. So thank you for that. I look forward to stitching that. I've never seen that before, and I do love it. I love water. I love mountains. I love water. If I could do it all, I would have my place here in my small town, and I'd have a place at the ocean and a place in the mountains, and that would be just me happy. But I can't. So I've tried to visit those things. And I'm not even successful at that. So, all right. What else do I have going on? As far as plans, I am gearing up for the Olympics. I plan to, in the next couple days, put my pen to paper and figure out what projects I'm doing, because I definitely want to hit on the theme for the day. I love that the Naptime Stitcher is doing that. Check her out as far as her prompts go. Athena Stitching Goddess Designs has a t-shirt going on in regards to the Olympics. I believe you have to have your order in by the end of July, or peace out. Not this time. So that's going on. My normal stitching, I still have a stocking to get done for July, so that's going to happen. Yeah, I have another week, hopefully like a copycat of last week, but a little bit. Let me explain. Basically, I don't know, just a really good week. And the vibes are here for it to be a really good week so far. So fingers crossed that still happens, because, I don't know, the good energy and the good life just works. So with that, that's where I'm going to stop with my stitching. Just like, we'll see what I come back to next week. I hope you're checking out the walks with me, because I do have fun with those. I just enjoy them. So there's that. And then we're going to talk about my grandkids and my life this week. My life this week really was the grandkids. Not really, but like this last weekend, I had a weekend packed full of my grandkids that I'm so excited to share about. So I started off by taking Friday off from work to do a zoo trip with Ozzy. I am going to be popping in pictures here, and probably not in the order of how I'm speaking about them, but we got to the zoo. It was on the day that like the computer system shut down everywhere. So thank goodness I had a physical copy, because like I'm old school and I hadn't figured out how to put on my phone yet. So they stamped my hand and let us in. And when we went in, so many people were going right that I tell Ozzy and I tell Lizzie, I tell people this all the time. When everyone goes right, we go left. So we went left and there was no crowd there. And Ozzy got to do things that like touch exhibits that usually she can't get up close to, like different horns and stuff where like they'd help her throughout the zoo. We went to the goats. Her parents don't like the goats. So I took her in there and oh my gosh, the squeals, the brushing, the petting of the ears. It was so cute to see. She jumped on a little, they have photo ops throughout the park also now. So, or the zoo also now. So she did a few of those, but usually when you get her in and out of the stroller, eventually she just wants to stay out. So at one point I chased her to the penguins. And then at one point her and I were running alongside before I actually put her back in so that I could feed her and we could venture on further. Another part that we got to, oh my gosh. So my mother is a huge giraffe fan, was a huge giraffe fan. Like she just loved giraffes, the gentle giantness of them. I don't know. I don't know what attracted her, but they were everywhere in my mom's house and she just looked forward to it. So that was like the last thing, like since we went backwards, that was like the last-ish thing we saw. So we were at there and Ozzy was in her stroller by then because she was being a turkey and I didn't want to get her out. So, and there were so many people feeding that we were just like, we'll just go over here. Cause one of them was feeding on that side. So we just went over to where she could see a giraffe by pulling her straight up since there wasn't a crowd. Well, a lady that worked there came over to like explain that's the oldest one and then pointed out in the field that there's the baby one. I have a picture of the baby one, but it's walking away, but I may share it, who knows. But so that was going on. And then all of a sudden that old mama that was like 18 years old, that old mama came over and the worker had one piece of leaf and was feeding it to it. And I'm not even kidding you. That big old head was probably like 3 feet away from Ozzy. You could see into its eyes. You could see the texture. Oh, it was just such a, it made my heart so happy for it to come over and say hey to us. So that was really cool. This is not all going to be about Ozzy and her trip because, I mean, Henry's here. Come on. So Henry is, just to give you an update on him, he's sitting up and he's doing the army crawl. I have cute little pictures. I'm telling you, every time you try to take a picture of that little boy, his tongue comes out. He's such a happy baby, which we are so blessed for. And then we had an overnight with Ozzy. Because it was, the kids wanted to go to the drive-in and the drive-in was like, everybody knows about the new Twister movie. They wanted to go to the drive-in and watch the Twister movie. Henry is good for staying asleep during that, but they knew Ozzy wouldn't. So she came over here and we did all the things. I have pictures of her riding her little bicycle. It's like a push bicycle. She was playing on my laptop that I was trying to do a Midsummer's Eve or the Lindy Stitchy event with, but was not successful for me. I did log on and watch a couple of people chat. I watched the jewelry box tutorial, but I did not get to participate like I wanted. So I don't know, those things for me just don't seem to work out and it's disheartening because I love them. So she was on the computer. We went on a walk with the dog. The dog's almost like pulled her. That was a thing. So Ozzy has, of course, had all kinds of foods, but Peppa bought fresh blueberries and then he's like feeding, she became a blueberry beast. Like she would come and point to him and get more. So good luck with that for her mama. Because, you know, she ate those all day and then we sent her home. So if you're a mama, you know. But anyway, it was a good weekend in regards to the grandkids and all the good and happiness. They bring so much joy to my life. If you've been here, you know, I love talking about my grandkids. So, and they're just stages of development. Watching them interact now, like Ozzy really understands like her brother can help her. So she'll like get Henry a toy and they'll interact and it's just going to constantly get even more cute as things go along. But that's that. So that's that for my highlights for this week. I have, what do I have? I think I have a couple doctor's appointments. Oh no, I meet with my tax lady. I am trying to venture into a business-ish I've mentioned it on here before. I'm just so baby talk. I'm such I get so nervous about something like that. So I'm meeting with my tax lady for us to like figure out what baby steps I can take in regards to it. as far as like planning for retirement and maybe doing a little side gig. There are plenty of Flosstubers that do that or whatever. I'm just seeing. I think it's part of it just me being nervous about having nothing when I retire. So if I have this little thing planned, I don't know, we'll see. I'm rambling. I also have a doctor's appointment this week, and I get both kids next weekend is the plan. We'll see. The kids have a concert at a winery they want to go to. I try to still give them, they're such young parents, and I'm okay with like I'm okay with having my grandkids. I love my grandkids and letting them go do the things and this equal balance stuff. I don't know. I let them have their things and still enjoy being young and still having parents and me being a young grandparent and all the things, because I'm blessed to be able to do those things. I'm blessed to be healthy enough to do things with my grandkids and my kids. I'm blessed to have them near me. Let's be real. There's plenty of parents that don't live near their kids, so grandkids mean that. So there's that. I don't know. I'm rambling because, like always, I don't want to say goodbye to you guys. So catch me in my walk if you want to. If not, catch me on here next week and I will see you. So please keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.